Welcome back to another episode of SMS Games Talk, WWE 2K22 Hitlist trailer. So, this has got me very excited because we finally got some brand new WWE 2K22 news. And in this, I got to get into it. Said we have more updates in January, but we couldn't wait. Good. Oh wow, look at that. Sneak peek, okay, 10 features. Oh, look at Goldberg, wow. Redesigned gameplay engine.
Just a mirage from Kobe Kingston.
Okay, new controls. Okay. Oh wow, look at Ed. Oh wow.
Every move from Lashley is just thunderous.
A universe populated by monsters, giants, and larger-than-life beings, I was determined to find my own path to the top of the mountain in sports entertainment.
My GM, here we go. It's confirmed. Wow. Oh, look at, wow. My faction. What's that? Okay. Oh, that looks like, okay, my career, okay. Universe mode, okay. Wow. Creation Suite, what do they got? Oh, okay, alright, so much more, alright. Oh, that looks awesome. Anything else? Full details to come starting January 2022, okay? Alright, so I'll just go back to that. Yeah, wow, that looks fantastic. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like, in like good shock, as they say, because I was not expecting this. You know, I know that in the community, a lot of people had been on 2K's back about, giving us more news before January, but I honestly was not expecting this much, though. This is what I believe, quite honestly, that we should have got at SummerSlam, right? Now, what we got at WrestleMania was the teaser trailer. Okay, that was fair enough for what we got with that. Okay, but at the same time, though, the way I reckon it should have gone was what we got at SummerSlam, we should have got at WrestleMania. And what we got at WrestleMania, we shouldn't have got at all. Because what we got at SummerSlam felt like an extension of a teaser trailer, That was supposed to be like the official trailer, not like an official gameplay trailer or anything, but just the official trailer. And it just felt like the extension of what we got at WrestleMania with the teaser trailer. It just felt like an extended teaser trailer, So, and I know I gave my thoughts and opinions and in-depth review of that, but this feels like what we should have got at SummerSlam, and I know I'm repeating myself, but it honestly does. This is what I was expecting. Now, there's things in there that, are like, for example, my faction and what was it called? My career or something. What was it called? Hold on, I got to go back to it. What was it called? Universe mode, creation suite, my GM. It's back here somewhere. There it is. My Rise. That's right. I'll just put it back. Yeah, that's right. My Rise is just my career. Everybody knows that. And 2K has this obsession with saying my this and my that. So, yeah. I'm not... Okay, all right. So here's how I feel about these game modes and stuff. So, starting off with the most popular, and that's my GM mode. From the looks of it, and what I just saw in that trailer, Universe mode, I've heard about that being only a single-player mode, like a story mode. And that's a bit of a shame, actually. I hope that it's not. And I hope with the news that's come out, about it, since this trailer's dropped, that universe mode, we don't know, so we have to wait until Royal Rumble or sometime in January, but I'm just going to say Royal Rumble because they like to release information at pay-per-views, obviously. So, being WrestleMania, SummerSlam now, obviously being Royal Rumble, I would guess. So, I am imagining we have to wait until the end of January for that. Which is fine. At this point, it's fine, But at SummerSlam, when we just got the extended teaser trailer, I wasn't happy with that because they're saying, well, you have to wait until January for new news. And we're saying, well, I'm sitting there thinking, hold on a second. You guys just gave us an extended teaser trailer, but yeah, you hyped it up to be so much more. Like you were going to give us this trailer at SummerSlam, like all this information, but you didn't. And they hyped it up like that. And I keep saying, Leno Jenks on the WWE 2K Dev YouTube account said that part of the tagline, "It hits different," wasn't just about the game itself. It was about how they were going to promote the game, right? That they were going to, the promotion for the game was going to be, it's going to hit different. And I think somewhere down the track, something went wrong because he doesn't just jump on the 2K Dev YouTube account and say that it hits different as part of their promotional tool to promote the game, and then suddenly tell us that we have to wait until January for new news and just gives us an extended teaser trailer at SummerSlam. Kind of feels like you guys did have a lot in the woodworks, so to speak, of how you were going to promote the game, but something went wrong. Now, do I believe that you guys were always going to release the game around March next year? Yes, I believe that, right? 2K says that they were always going to plan to release it around WrestleMania, right? And like around March next year. That I believe, but what I don't believe is that they were always going to promote the game like this. I believe that something went wrong and that they were going to promote it differently and give us so much, like, for example, what they gave us in this trailer, but they were going to break it down and give us little bits at a time throughout the months, but something happened, right? And I know rumors have been circling around social media saying that how, for example, did all the firings, recent people being released from the company has impacted the game. And quite honestly, I don't believe that it has. And the reason why I don't believe that it has is because, think about it, if it's impacted the game, then, there would have changed. They said March was always going to be when they were going to release the game. So obviously, regardless of whoever WWE fired and let go, it wasn't going to change that release date of March next year. I just think that maybe it could have played a role in the promotion of it, or maybe something else has. That's just what I'm thinking, And look, I believe that there's going to be a lot of released superstars in the game that are no longer in WWE anymore, because you got to think 2K has also said as well that they do have that cutoff point, and the only time that they would go out of their way to remove a superstar after that cutoff point is if WWE comes to them personally and asks them to remove somebody. So, for example, right, if Bray Wyatt or The Fiend is in the game and they say, oh, look, we don't want him in the game. Or, for example, Daniel Bryan, being Bryan Danielson in the AEW. If they say, we don't want Daniel, please take Daniel Bryan out of the game if you haven't already. And 2K would say, all right, well, we were going to leave him in the game because it's already reached that point where we, leave people in, whether they're released or not. But if you want us to personally take him out, fine, we will. So I think that may have, not 100%, but may have played a role on why the promotion has not been as great as what it should have been, and what Leno Jenks said on the WWE 2K Dev YouTube account about the promotion being it hits different part of the tagline. So, but other than that, though, I'm going to get off that because I feel like I'm ranting. I'm bitching a bit about how they've promoted it. But no, this is great, though. I'm very happy because now this feels like that we've got sort of something in between, to keep us happy until January. And we're sitting in November at the moment, so we only have to wait like all of December. Everyone's going to be distracted on Christmas anyway, like Christmas and New Year's anyway. And then in January, everyone's going to be distracted on, the new year and all the rest of it. So I kind of feel like that them saying, like, after dropping this Hitlist trailer, I feel like they've kind of timed this perfectly. It's something that they didn't know they were going to do with releasing this trailer, but with all the community, or a lot of the community jumping on social media and saying to 2K, hey, listen, it's a bit piss poor that we have to wait until January for new news, you know, that 2K is actually like giving us this thing where they're listening. They gave us GM mode back, for Christ's sake. And I might not be too red hot on GM mode, but if that is like, look, if universe mode is only a single player mode, it's not universe mode, it's just story mode, just been renamed to universe, which I'm not too happy about. I'm one of the people who preferred universe mode over GM mode. To be honest with you, I always have. But at the same time, though, I can appreciate if they've put a lot of time and effort and everything into my GM mode. And the only thing that I don't understand about my GM mode is, for example, a TLC match will cost you $5,000. An Extreme Rules match may cost you $5,000-$6,000. But if you're trying to apply this to like real life measures, I understand it's a game. But as you know, right, every WWE 2K game is like a simulation of WWE in real life, but just in a video game, obviously, right? Just state the obvious. But the reason why I'm stating the obvious is because it would not cost $5,000 for the materials, if that's what they're charging you for a table, a ladder, and a chair, or a couple of them. It would not cost you $5,000, or even when it costs you $3,000 hypothetically to do a self promo. You know, why does that cost any money? What, does a microphone cost $3,000? Does the airtime cost $3,000? I mean, hypothetically, in theory, you've already paid for the show, so that should be, you know, those things should be involved in the cost of the show, not involved in single, you know, different, multiple costs, if you get what I'm saying, right? The materials of a table, a ladder, a chair, or the steps that are already there, right, or an announce table or whatever, right, that the materials of that should not cost $5,000. I get it that it's based on a money system, but it kind of seems really stupid. And that's part of what I don't like about my GM mode, is it feels very limited. Like there's limitations on it. You know, universe mode was free. It was open. You can create your own shows, your own pay-per-views, do what you want, run as many matches as you want, and you're not held back by the limitations of, oh shit, you put on a really shit show, or you put on a really shit pay-per-view and your ratings are going down. Like, what happens if you get the lowest of low ratings by the end of the year? You know, if you're not playing my GM mode for the sake of playing it as GM mode, you just want to have the feel of a universe mode, because they turn universe mode into a story mode. So you literally, you know, play my GM mode as if it's a universe mode, and you don't give a shit about the money. You don't really give a shit about the roster, or you don't care about, you know, the ratings or anything. You know, what happens if your ratings are low because you're just playing the game mode because you don't have universe mode anymore? Essentially, you know. I'm hoping that they kind of gave us the best, like the best of both worlds in that. And what I mean by that is, you've got my GM mode. Universe mode can be played as a single player story mode, where you play as one superstar going through the universe mode of the year and the calendar, right? But they also gave you that option to play universe mode normally, where you can edit your own shows and pay-per-views and have that freedom without having to worry about the limitations of ratings and roster or money or any of that, you know. So because that's what I wanted. You know, I wanted my GM mode for the challenge, but I wanted universe mode, so then if I don't want the challenge, I can have that. And that's why I reckon that they should have put it together, and they should have had a universe, like GM universe mode or something, you know. Or Universe Manager mode. That's right. That's what I called it in my other videos. Universe Manager mode, where you could turn the options off, so then you didn't have the rating system, or you didn't have the money system, but it can be turned on, and Universe mode can be turned on by those options and turned directly from Universe mode into GM mode. That would have made more sense. So they didn't have to do two single modes. They had like two modes in one. That would have made more sense. You know, I'm not shitting on the whole thing, and I will do a breakdown video, trailer, you know, the Hitlist trailer breakdown video, where I will go through and I'll analyze the whole thing, and I'll zoom in and I'll take a look at key features and stuff. But this is just a bit of a talky review on just what I've seen in this trailer as well, and other stuff, obviously. But yeah, this looks really good, you know. Like, even when I go through and read the comments and give my comments on the comments. So we finally got Edge looking right after all these years. That is true. That is true. Edge has never looked like Edge. So I am very, very happy the Edge actually looks, I reckon, 10 out of 10 like Edge. And if I'm to say myself, and it's probably going to be in the comments, if not, I'm just going to say it anyway, Roman Reigns, his character model, oh my God. I give him so much credit. It's like if you pause the video at the right moment when it's on Roman Reigns, it looks like you just paused it in the middle of Roman making his entrance on Friday Night SmackDown. That's how good it looks. Like when I say stunning graphics, they should also, I'm being honest with you, from what I've saw so far, say stunning character models too, or stunning superstar models, because they need to give themselves credit for this. You know, I say they've had 2 years to be able to master this stuff, and it looks like with the lighting system, with the graphics, and the superstar models, they have all of that shit on point. They really do. They've done so good with that. From what I've seen in all these trailers, especially this one, that shows it off the best. Goldberg's character, Edge, Roman, like, oh my God. They have really hit the nail on the head with that. I could not fault it from what I've seen in these trailers. Now, I don't know what a gameplay is going to be like, but I have high hopes, and I know people say don't hold your breath, but come on. It's been 2 years. We've had to wait for all this information. They finally dropped this after people begging them to on social media. So, yes, I am getting my hopes up. Yes, I am holding my breath. Will I get shot in the leg? There's a high chance that, look, there's going to be, you know, what they say, day 1 patch or day 2 patch or day 3 patch. You get the point, right? Where there is going to be bugs and glitches at first. That's what happens with every game. You know, every game has, you know, bugs and glitches and all the rest of it these days. And they obviously patch it within like the first week or two. I can't say the same about the definitive edition of Grand Theft Auto, though. That definitive trilogy of Grand Theft Auto, boy, Rockstar has taken their sweet ass time to patch that. But anyway, I'm just saying, though, I hope that 2K does not have the same problem as Rockstar, where if there is bugs and glitches, they get on top of it straight away. Also, with the live service update, I'm hoping that that's something that also gets revealed in January as well. So, I understand that they can't release everything in January. But I would be very happy if they did release practically 90% of information, because it, you know, but they could leave some things out purposely to try and give more reveals until March, and say every month until March. You know, January, February, we're going to release all this information, so then it's out for March, you know, sort of thing. I wouldn't blame them if they did leave some things out and then gave us a little bit more information in February, but they're probably going to give it all 90% of it to us in January. This looks like an apology game, and I love it. Yes, it does. It honestly does look like an apology game. Well, sort of yes and no. You know, sometimes an apology game looks like an apology. This sort of does, but doesn't. I mean, in a way, it's like, yes. If like hypothetically, if 2K22 is an apology for 2K20, I'm thinking from what I've seen so far, I'm not going to say apology accepted. I'm just going to say 2K, you're coming very close to me saying, okay, I accept your apology for the mess that 2K20 was. Coming close to it, and you're earning my trust a lot. I just need to get into the gameplay, do my own videos with it and all the rest of it, and then I can say, well, I accept your apology, or you guys still need to earn my trust a bit. Looks like we are finally getting the in-game camera angles from HCTP. What's that? Okay. This one might actually be good. I think it will be. I don't know HCTP. I'm not good with that type of stuff. But talking about the camera angles, yes. The only thing that I'm a bit on the fence a bit 50-50 with when it comes to the camera angles is I just don't want it to glitch behind a ring post or glitch behind a fan or something like that. You know, when they go to do the dynamic cinematic camera angles, right? I don't want the camera to glitch behind an object. That's what I'm saying. You know, because that happens in 2K20 when you're playing that outdoor WrestleMania arena and you've got those electronic pillars that don't do fuck all when you're using it in custom arena, right? But those, when you go up the entrance ramp to fight on the entrance ramp, the camera will get stuck behind those giant electronic pillars, you know, that are in the audience that do the thing over the ring, or the canopy thing over the ring. You get stuck behind those pillars, and it's very annoying, and I just don't want 2K22 to run into the same problem with their cinematic camera angles. Okay, life hack. They'll be able to put lots of effort into each wrestler model since the roster will only have 12 people on it by the time the game comes out. That's a funny one. That is a funny one. That's a bit of an over-exaggeration. As I said, they have that cutoff point. So regardless of whether superstars are being axed or, fired beforehand, they've got that cutoff point. They say, unless WWE comes to us personally and asks us, I'm not going to repeat myself, but you get it. So, yeah, that's an exaggeration. But if we are to look, the roster size, there will be a lot of axed superstars that are not in the game anymore. Like Bray Wyatt may not be in the game anymore. I reckon there's a high chance that he's not. So yes, the roster being smaller does actually make up for them being able to have a smaller roster to work with, which means in turn putting more time and effort into the superstar models. So that I agree with. I'll do one more page of these comments. I can't wait. The expectations look so realistic. Can't wait. I hope my faction can go up to at least 6 wrestlers. Fingers crossed. My faction looks like shit. I'm being honest with you. Who the fuck wants to play a boring-ass game mode like my faction, where you're just practically in a King of the Ring tournament with like fucking 4 or 8 superstars or however many friggin' superstars it is? That looks boring as shit. That just looks like you could just go online and do the same fucking shit realistically. And even if you can't, it just doesn't look like a game mode I'm going to be getting into. This is my personal opinion. Other people may feel differently about it. But I feel like my faction is just another one of those game modes that is just useless. It's a useless game mode. Nobody's going to really give a shit about it. And if they do, they're going to get bored of it very quickly. So, because everyone's just so wrapped about my GM mode. So they're not going to give a fuck about my faction. Why does 2K do this? They tried to do the 2K Originals and push that on us, which, that was all right. I feel like 2K Originals was a better idea than my faction, to be honest with you. So, even though 2K Originals got very boring very quickly and very outdated very quickly. So, here I was thinking 2K Originals was some kind of live service update. No, I was wrong. It completely went the other way on that one. Was the complete opposite and nothing like what I thought. Hopefully it actually does hit different. Well, with the way they're promoting it, no. But with the gameplay and everything they've shown off, it's looking like it will. So, big fan of wrestling. I can't wait for this. No, neither can I. That was a bit of a sloppy one, so we'll go one comment more. One comment more after this, because that was a bit of a lackluster comment. Looks decent, not getting my hopes up for WWE or 2K again, so I'll wait and see. Haven't had fun since 13, so hopefully it's a good one. That is technically true. All right. That's true. I mean, I'm just thinking, going back to 2K. Sorry, that wasn't even a 2K game. I was about to fuck myself there a bit. WWE 2K14 was the first one. WWE 13 they're talking about. Yes, that was the Revolution, Live the Revolution, or whatever it was, with CM Punk on the cover. Was that 2K14? No, it wasn't, was it? WWE 13? No, because Randy Orton was on the cover of WWE 12. WWE 13 CM Punk was on the cover, and WWE 2K14 The Rock was on the cover. Or when the fan won that contest for their cover thing, Daniel Bryan was on the cover. So The Rock and Daniel Bryan, because of the contest they had at the time. That's right. I just had to brainstorm that. I knew it. That's right. So WWE 13, yes, that's when they did the Attitude Era thing. That was actually really fun. Yes, that is true. Look, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 and WWE 13 and even WWE 2K14. Now, I got my hopes up for 2K14 and obviously that was part THQ, part 2K. That was a mixture game, so that wasn't that red hot. WWE 13 was really good because of the Attitude Era thing, and the only thing that was a downer about WWE 13 with the Attitude Era thing that they did was They did not put the Raw is War arena in there. And for some reason, I don't know whether it's the game developers or whether it's WWE, but what is their problem with not putting the Raw is War arena in from like 1998 or 1999 or 2000, you know? That really good Raw is War arena from back then. They have not put that in the game since what? Fucking SmackDown, just bring it. Here comes the pain. Shut your mouth. Something like that. They have not had that arena, the Raw is War arena, like 98 or 99 arena in the game for like fucking decades. I don't know what their problem is with it. Why do they hate putting that arena in the game? I love it. You know, that's the one arena that I really want to see. That and the like a proper edition of Thunderdome, because I love the minitrons around the to replace the audience. And I'm hoping there is a option in custom arena to be able to make that, like when you're selecting your arena and stuff, right? Like whether you want it to be an outdoor arena or a small arena, basketball stadium, whatever, right? That they give you that option in custom arena to be able to put the Thunderdome Minitrons to replace the audience. That would be great. And even an option to take out the fans. That would be great too, right? If you just wanted an empty arena, you have that option in custom arena. Or if you wanted the Minitrons there, you could have that too. So that I would really appreciate. Another thing in custom arena I'd really appreciate, and this is a bit of a small thing, a bit of a nitpicky thing. I hope that they actually do the arenas good, and in custom arena they give you the option to have the Minitron on the front apron facing the entrance ramp, because they have that in real life. They have an electronic Minitron billboard, whatever you want to call it, on the ring apron facing the ramp, not just facing the hard camera, but also one on the ramp, facing the ramp and facing the stage and all the rest of it, right? So I'm hoping they do that too. It's a bit of a nitpicky thing. It's not that much of a big deal if they don't, but I'm just saying I'm one for details, so I hope they do those things as well. But anyway, so last comment that I'm going to read on this one is, as much as I love Ray, in my opinion, I would have had The Undertaker as the showcase mode, as you can get so many matches in his 30-plus year career. They did that, though. What was it? Was that 2K14? 15? Oh, God, now this I can't remember. I think it was 2K14 was The Undertaker's big, like a special Undertaker edition of it, where you got the steel casket case with, if you pre-ordered it, the hard copy back then and stuff. They already did that, like with the 30 years of WrestleMania mode and Defeat the Streak mode. They already did that. That's why I believe they're not going to do that now. Yes, would I have loved the Undertaker's 2K showcase? I would have loved it. Absolutely preferred that over Rey Mysterio any day. Now, I don't have anything against Ray, but would have preferred the Undertaker, but they weren't going to do that because they already did that a couple of years back. So, would have loved it, but the chances of them doing that was like nil, was nothing. I never thought they were going to do that again. They said, we already did it in the game recently, like so many years ago, we're not going to do it again. Even though that would have made more fucking sense than putting Rey Mysterio as the 2K showcase. 2K showcase is alright, it's hit or miss. It's like, look, if I'm bored enough, I'll play it, but still more useful than my faction, still more useful than my career. I don't care if they're fucking calling it my something else. I'm just going to keep calling it my career because it is. So, my faction and my career can piss off. They're both two useless fucking game modes we don't need. One more. I can't help myself. Seems like they understood we were unhappy. Looks so much better. That's it. I'm getting off the comments now. Yes, it does look like that they listened. All right. They got like a new manager or something like that. That asked us that question. What was the most popular match, game mode, anything that we wanted in the game? And of course, it was GM mode. Mine would have been create an arena mode, but beggars can't be choosers, so I knew everybody was going to say GM mode. So that was an obvious that they were going to put GM mode back in the game because they didn't want to piss anybody off. They knew that their whole community was going to be absolutely fucking pissed. Was practically going to abuse the shit through 2K if they didn't put GM mode back in the game. So it's going to be interesting, though, to see how 2K does their take on a THQ game mode. Because I kind of feel like the reason why they stripped the game back from so many things, like so many different match types and stuff, was because they wanted to not seem like THQ. They wanted to sort of break away from what THQ did with the game, which was lazy, and it's a piss poor excuse if that is the reason. Not saying it is, but I'm just saying it is piss poor if that is the reason, or one of the reasons. So yeah, and speaking about that, I so hope we do get new match types. I hope that they do not slack on that. I hope that they, listen to us when we say we want, the ambulance match, Inferno match, I Quit match, special guest referee match, things like that, whether it be casket match or buried alive match, even though we don't get them anymore, but the Boneyard match was sort of like that between AJ and The Undertaker. I'm just saying, it's a game. You do need to have, even though if the gimmick match has not been on TV for like 4, 5, even 10 years, it doesn't matter. We still like those matches in the game. So there's no reason not to put them in. That's all I'm saying. And you guys have had 2 fucking years. There's no excuses. 2 years? I know people say that's still not enough time, but when you've botched a game and fucked a game up like 2K20, you do owe us a lot more than what you've just shown us in this trailer. No offense, but I'm hoping in January we also get the reveal. And I know I'm asking of a lot of things, and some of the things are achievable, and some of the things that are definite that we're going to see. For example, might be a definite that we get new match types. I'm hoping that that's in the reveal for January, but we'll just wait and see. Now, I know it seems like I've covered a lot in this video, but again, I am still going to do the breakdown video and analysis of it, breakdown analysis. And as I said, zoom in and look at the key features. But this was good to go over, because I've been very excited. And I, had to hold back from watching this because I said I'm going to watch this when I do a video and give my honest opinion on it. So, yeah, this looks so good, though. If I'm to give this a score out of 10, how good this looks, I'm giving it at least I'm giving it about a 9. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give it a 9. Because the character models of Edge, Roman Reigns, Kofi Kingston, Big E, all the rest of it, they just look fucking insane. They look so good. Even Goldberg as well. I can't forget Goldberg. They showed him off a lot. So, yeah. I just can't wait for more news in January. And then to get my hands on the game in March like everyone else. So, yeah, as always, thank you for watching this episode of SMS Games Talk WWE 2K22 Hitlist trailer. And as always, if you're not videoing it, it ain't worth shit. Take care, guys.